Frustration, agony,
Alright.
instability. These emotions are what the psychotic monster that was William Afton himself felt. Elizabeth first, now Evan. His wife became unstable, but what about him? The night of Evan's death, William went back to the now closed Fredbear's. He looked coldly at the animatronic that had murdered his son. William was filled with rage and wanted nothing more than to see Fredbear fall, so he grabbed whatever he could and began demolishing Fredbear. Ever so slightly, with each hit, the life was being drained out of the Springlock suit's eyes until it was a pile of...
Oh my gosh. Okay, see, the more I watch these, the more I start to understand and everything starts to click. Because now I'm looking at this and I'm like, I know exactly who this is.
animatronic dumped
just let it
in the
play.
same state as the work-in-progress animatronics. Destroyed or not, the damage Fredbear caused had already been done. The damage Michael caused. William blamed Michael for taking it too far, for causing Evan to cry inside the suit's mouth, causing Fredbear to kill him. Hatred filled William's veins. Hatred towards Michael that went so far that William wished it were him who got killed by Fredbear. After the longest weeks of William's life, he heard news of a new location run by Fazbear's Entertainment opening, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Upon learning the news, his adrenaline spiked. William thought he paid for what he did to those kids with the loss of 2 of his own, so maybe now he would have some luck. This was his chance at a comeback, a possible distraction from everything, an escape from the pain and a glimpse into the light. William drove to this new location, Henry waiting his arrival at the front door. William got out of his car and headed towards his new opportunity.
Come on, you know you can't be here. Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
William's excitement turned into shock, his stomach screaming thanks to what felt like a gunshot.
Henry, we're the co-owners of this franchise.
William says in confusion.
Where?
William mutters.
Are you kidding me? After everything.
You mean after everything you caused, which you're responsible for, including killing those innocent kids?
Wow.
William opened his mouth to deny.
Don't even. We can all see the truth in between the lines, William.
Henry, I need this. After all that's happened to me, I've suffered long enough.
You're not the victim here, William. I started this shit from scratch, with my bare fucking hands. I'm not risking you tearing all that hard work down and hurting more innocent people.
William expresses to Henry that,
The business will fail without me. I need to come back.
and without hesitation, Henry sends William away once more.
Please. Please leave the premises, old friend.
And with a misleading grin on his face, William complies. He gets into his car and drives away slowly. Henry won the argument and stands with joy as he finally sees relief that he's gotten the final problem out of the way and can now begin to move forward.
Wow.
William raced dangerously
much
down the
is
streets,
happening.
fueled with rage. He thought for the entire drive home what to do next, until suddenly he got that feeling he felt ages ago. That strange, unnerving urge to kill, and within seconds William thought of the perfect target. Charlotte Emily was the daughter of Henry, and who William now wanted to get rid of. The words echoed in his head.
Everything you caused, which you're responsible for.
But now his daughter would die because of him. Frustration, agony, instability, all what Henry deserved to feel in William's mind. But unlike Fredbear's, this would be extremely difficult to kill anyone, as there's an entire new security system in place against William specifically, and to make it harder, specifically to protect his daughter, the puppet would be out of its box, keeping Charlie safe before William even got close to the door. William thought overnight, planning what he would do and how to avoid this issue with the puppet, which is when a realization popped into his head. The puppet is dependent on the box being open, so what if the box was closed shut, essentially trapping the puppet inside? William played the situation out in his head over and over. If Charlie leaves the pizzeria while the puppet is trapped inside, then who would be there to see him grabbing her and murdering her in cold blood? No one. This was when he crafted his plan, and the next day put it in motion.
Okay, I hate the pause. Let's just get this right. So, he goes to the new store after beating down the Fredbear animatronic. He goes to the new store that Henry opens, Fazbear's Pizzeria, and he doesn't want him to be there because he caused a lot of stuff and he killed kids, innocent kids at that, and stuffed their bodies in animatronic suits. That far, yeah, we're down that far. But what's not making sense is he said that it was his fault, and now he wants to kill his daughter? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let it play. Maybe I'll understand. I'm gonna let it play.
One night, a group of bullies trapped the security puppet in its box, and coincidentally, Charlie was stuck outside Freddy's. Preparation met its opportunity as Charlie tried to run away to find a way to escape, until a car pulled beside the alley and a man got out of it. Charlie ran to William as she knew who he was after the many times Henry and William met with her there. Charlie grinned until William pulled something from behind his back. William killed Charlie in the alleyway outside of Freddy's. Her body laid numb in the rain. He thought to dispose of the body and get rid of any evidence, but it was hailing down with the rain. The fingerprints would be cleared off, so he felt no need. So he walks away and gets into his car, driving off happier than ever. The revenge was bittersweet. Now Henry would finally pay for pushing William away and making his life even more of a hassle. The puppet knocked its box wide open and knew where Charlie had gotten to, its only mission being to protect her and bring her back inside. It went outside and tried to get to her, but kept breaking down due to the heavy rain. It found Charlie, and upon seeing its mission was a failure, it rested by her and wouldn't move. Henry couldn't find her. Neither could the police. This was all too familiar, another missing child. Henry went to look for the puppet, her protector, and found its box pushed wide open. He then went outside and found its body lying dead on the ground. It was damaged and there was something next to it, which Henry immediately knew who it was. Henry wasn't stupid. He knew it was William who did this. Nights after he was pushed away, Henry was enraged and began thinking whether the business should close or not, but no, he would be proving William right if he did that. So instead, Henry goes on a well-deserved break and lets his team continue working on the location in his absence. This was becoming interesting for William. How many more times could he kill and get away with it? He had his eyes set on Freddy's and decided to do a rerun of his biggest killing spree, causing another missing children's incident to occur.
Wow.
He knew all the old suits were being transferred into this new location, so he knew exactly how to enter without setting off the animatronics. The spring bunny suit. He found it in the parts and services room and put it on, and one night William roamed the building in the suit, killing another 5 kids.
There's no way, dude. Why?
The puppet.
Whoa! I got jump scared, yes. Yes, I did. Play horror games, guys. It's nothing new. Please don't do it again.
The original children killed by William back in Fredbear's were back, now possessing the work-in-progress animatronic that they were originally stuffed in, their spirits being able to stay there as long as they did thanks to their corpses attaching to the endoskeleton.
Okay, well now we know.
Evan himself, William's
Can't even
child,
think
was
of
given a
words.
second chance in Fredbear, which William
Okay.
had put his body into not long ago, trying to put him back together and make his body fuse with the animatronics. Now,
Okay.
with the help of the reanimated animatronics, the puppet gives the recently killed children a second chance, but this time within the toy animatronics and Balloon Boy.
Oh. Now it makes sense. Are they gonna jump scare me again?
This was unheard of. Animatronics come to life, fusing dead children's souls into the suits. How did this even work? Many questions would be asked, and they would most likely be experimented on and given to the government or something huge like that. But the thing is, no one even knew. The animatronics acted how they did originally, but now their goals were to simply find their killer and finish him off for good. Each night they would see if the night shift worker was William and would continuously travel to their office to see so. The company dismissed this as abnormal and claimed to understand.
You're only the second guard to work at that location. The first guy finished his week, but complained about conditions.
Right.
We switched him over to the day shift. So, hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seemed to move around at night and even attempted to get into his office. Now, from what we know, that should be impossible. That restaurant should be the safest place on Earth. So while our engineers don't really have an explanation for this, the working theory is that the robots were never given a proper night mode. So when it gets quiet, they think they're in the wrong room. So then they go try to find where the people are, and in this case, that's your office.
During all of this, the bullies that helped trip the puppet kept screwing with the animatronics in the pizzeria. This time it was Mangle. They ripped its original suit to pieces until it was a connected pile of scraps. The animatronic was dismantled daily by these kids, and the staff eventually stopped repairing it. The animatronics were getting angry, causing them to behave differently towards adults and staff members. But one day, Mangle became more unstable when it was once again dismantled and bit down on one of the kids and caused the loss of the frontal lobe of the victim's brain. All of the toy animatronics were scrapped due to apparent malfunctions, more specifically this bite from Mangle. In the same time, the second missing children's incident had also begun to come into light, and eventually the building was put into lockdown for now to avoid any more casualties.
From what I understand, the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, We're going to try to contact the original restaurant owner. I think the name of the place was Fredbear's Family Diner or something like that. It was closed for years, though. I doubt we'll be able to track anybody down.
On this day, they tracked Henry down, and he went back to work, but not for the good reasons Henry hoped he'd come back for. Fazbear Entertainment held a meeting with the entire team, and they eventually decided to shut the location down and work on a smaller location with no security system animatronics. Just simple singing and dancing animatronics like Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. The animatronics would be made by Henry to avoid any incidents or bugs with the animatronics. And for weeks on end, Henry worked and repaired the work-in-progress suits and brought them to life. Freddy Fazbear would be the main driver of the restaurant, with Bonnie the Bunny, Chica the Chicken, and Foxy the Pirate Fox tagging along. William's wife opened the door and was surprised to see him. William instantly raises the point that he hates Michael and he wants her to take him, or else he'll throw him out to the streets. They argue. He doesn't want to be in his son's life. For a bad reason, being a bad dad, or a good reason, protecting him as everything near William falls, is unclear. After what felt like an hour, William decides he's done with the argument and storms off to sit in his car goalless. William's wife, now sick of hearing what he has to say, begins to shout and scream that he... Blood came from her stomach, and she watches William stare as she falls to the ground, passing out, never to awaken again.
Ain't no way.
He drags her body to the car and puts her inside of it, slamming the boot shut. William begins work with Circus Baby sitting across from him. William made Baby to lure, capture, and kill kids, and unfortunately Elizabeth fell to his own creation, but with nothing else to lose. Why stop at one freak show? During the late hours of the night, William created his next two animatronics, Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy, both with different ways of luring children and killing them. Both animatronics had a white and purple color code. Funtime Freddy looked like Toy Freddy, but had a speaker on its chest below its black bow tie. Funtime Freddy holds a Bonnie plushie figure William would call Bon Bon in his right hand. Funtime Foxy looked exactly like put together Mangle, but with a large tail and, much like Freddy, a speaker on its chest. William also made a third animatronic that night, Ballora, a ballerina that would spin and sing. William based this animatronic not on luring nor capturing, but on containing and storing his wife, which is who the animatronic was based off in the first place. Between animatronic builds, William made smaller animatronics like Bon Bon for fun, such as Bitty Babs and Mini Renas. With these main four animatronics with their own AI systems, William opened a new location, but not one that could be seen so easily with an outsider's view. An underground location where outsiders or customers could rent out and have the animatronics at their birthday parties as a special delivery of surprise. This new location would go on to be called Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals. After the long few years since Evan's death in 1983, William sat in his office he used to monitor Evan in and looked at his child's empty bedroom, eventually turning the monitors off to see his reflection, the reflection of a broken man descending further down his rabbit hole of madness. But instead of looking away out of shame, he grins of demoralization.
Wow, okay. It's actually
almost a year after
great.
Fazbear Entertainment closed Freddy's, the company opened up a new location to the public, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, but new. The rivalry between William and Henry continues with William's location's grand opening. Michael is abandoned and unsure where to go next. But beside all of this, unknowingly to William, the animatronics are now possessed. Worst of all, some containing his own family, such as Circus Baby, Fredbear, and Ballora. The animatronics are angry, hungry for blood, trying to find their killer and out for nothing but cold-hearted revenge. too much for watching part 2. Make sure to like the video and subscribe with notifications on to be notified when the next part comes out and the story continues to be unraveled.
Okay. If you guys want to watch, there's like a whole, hold on, I think it's like an hour-long version. I'm just watching the maybe 20-minute versions, getting through them. If you guys want me to keep doing these, for sure, I can work these in, keep putting them up for you guys. I'm learning. I'm not just doing it for you guys. I'm not doing it for views. I'm not doing it for none of that. I'm honestly learning the lore. And check out this guy, Hyper Droid. He is freaking sick for putting all this together and taking the time and putting so much into this. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to check out. As I said, if you guys want more, let me know. Tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Hey, listen.